Hello, my mathematicians. Today we're going to be looking at Lesson 3 of Module 1. Use a pattern to multiply by multiples of 10, 100, and 1000. So by the end of this lesson, we should be able to use mental math to find the product of any two numbers that have one non-zero digit and are multiples of 10, 100, or 1000. So we're going to step it out. So 1 here says 60 students participate in a jump-a-thon, and each student jumps rope 400 times. What is the total number of jumps? So what multiplication equation models the total number of jumps? So we're looking at 60 and 400, okay? So we can do 60 times 400 equals our number of jumps, okay? So right here, we have a basic math fact, which is 6 times 4. 6 times 4 is 24. So now we can use this basic math fact to help us figure this out. So we're going to complete the pattern. So 6 times 4 times 10 to the first power. Well, we learned yesterday that this tells us how many zeros are going to be. So 6 times 4 is 24. And there's one odds our exponent, so we're going to add 1 0. Then we have 6 times 4, 24. So then we have 2 zeros because it's telling us to add 2 zeros. Then we're putting those together. So 10 times 10 squared here is 10 to the third power. So we have 6 times 4 is 24. And then we have 3 zeros. So what is the total number of jumps? Total number of jumps is going to be 24,000 jumps. Then we have this question here where it says, what is the relationship between the number of zeros in the two factors and the number of zeros in the product? Well, the number of zeros in the product matches the number of zeros in the two factors combined. So, and what I mean by that is that here we have 60 and we have 40 and we have 24,000. So we have 1, 2, 3 zeros. And my answer, 1, 2, 3 zeros. So this will focus. Okay, so we have 50 students each jump rope 2,000 times during a jump-a-thon. What multiplication equation models the number of jumps completed by the 50 students? Well, again, we have 50 and we have 2,000. So we're going to do 50 times 2,000 equals the number of jumps. So our basic math fact is 5 times 2, which is going to be 10. And then we have 5 times 2 times 10 to the first power. So 5 times 2 is 10. And this exponent tells me that there is an added 0. So we're going to get 100. Then we have 5 times 10. and we have 2 zeros we're putting on. 5 times 2, which is 10. And then we have 3 zeros. So we go through this. 50 times 2,000 is the same thing as 5 times 2 times 10 in the fourth power. So 5 times 2 is 10. Then we have 4 more zeros. 1, 2, 3, 4. So how many jumps were completed by these students? 100,000 jumps. So why is the total number of zeros in the product not always the same as the total number of zeros in the two factors? Because in the factors we had 1, 2, 3, 4, but now we have 5. Well, because 5 times 2, the basic fact, has a 0 in the product. So sometimes we are going to have more zeros because our basic fact has a 0 in it. So if the basic fact has a 0 in it, then the total number of zeros will be more than in the factors. So this is our lesson 2 or 3 in module 1. If you have any questions, make sure that you let me know and refer back to the video, and I hope you have a great day.